are you? Lovely to see you again. Today we're going to carry on with my English learning series and we're going to be talking about homographs. Now, what exactly is a homograph? It is a word that is spelt the same, but it has a completely different meaning, and sometimes there's a difference in the way you pronounce it. So the pronunciation can be different too. Very confusing, but let's sort this one out. Let's start with this one. B-O-W. Fairly straightforward, but it has different meanings. Let's have a look at them. Bow, B-O-W. The different meanings are as following. When you bow before someone, in our prayers, we bow before God. The bow of a ship, the part of a ship, that is called the bow. And what about this one? The bow and arrow. Yes, that threw you off, didn't it? The bow and arrow, it's a different pronunciation and it's spelled the same with a completely different meaning. So, depending on where that is in a sentence, the thing about homographs is that you can understand their context and their meaning, especially when you read them in a sentence. It makes it easier to understand. Let's try this one. L-E-A-D. Now this can be pronounced in two ways and it will have different meanings. L-E-A-D, lead, a metal that we're all familiar with. And L-E-A-D, lead, something that many people want to do, where others follow you. How about this one? C-L-O-S-E. C-L-O-S-E, pretty straightforward. We use this all the time, but it can be used to completely different meanings, and there is a slight difference in pronunciation. So if you are close to someone, that means you are near them. You may be near them in a physical way or another way, an emotional way. Being close to something is being connected. What about a door being closed? You would sort of say close. Can you see the difference in the pronunciation? The close is being closed and close is closing that door. So you sort of have a Z sort of a sound that you would use if you put a Z there instead. Now this one is very interesting. E-N-T-R-A-N-C-E. Lots of us are going to say entrance, the way into something. But it can also be used as this word, entrance. And that means to put something in a trance. To put someone in a trance or to delight them. Okay, how about this one? A-X-E-S. That seems quite straightforward as well. Axes, the plural of one axe. The carpenter had many axes. But what about if you're talking about the plural of axis? Then you will have axes. See how slight the difference is in pronunciation? That's how confusing it can be. C-O-N. T-E-N-T. C-O-N-T-E-N-T. Well, you can say that this is the content inside something, or something is made up of this particular content. Or it can be a feeling of happiness and satisfaction. And in that way you would say, I am very content. So you see the difference there is in the emphasis on the syllables. Content, what's inside something. Content, being happy or satisfied. C-O-N-T-R-A-C-T. Contract. A contract is a written agreement. There's also a place to use that where you can say, I contracted the flu from my friend, which means you acquired something. D-E-S-E-R-T. If you say it this way, desert, it means a hot or arid area of land. But if you use it with the slight emphasis of a Z in between using the S, you will have desert. And desert, well, it would mean to leave someone or to abandon someone. It won't be the other dessert, the one that we love having, but that would be spelt with 2 S's. So that's also something you can keep in mind. How about this one? D-I-G-E-S-T. Well, digesting food. It took a long time for him to digest that heavy meal. And also a digest, some place where you have a lot of information condensed in a particular form. That's the difference there. D-I-S-C-O-U-N-T. Who doesn't love a discount? In fact, that word sale, discount, 50%, that really catches your eye, doesn't it? But there's another way you can say this as well, and that would be to discount. Discount. Discount? Discount. Can you get the difference there? To discount something means to underestimate the significance of it. D-O-E-S, does, a verb that everyone uses. Or it could be D-O-E-S, does, the plural of a female deer. M-I-N-U-T-E, something we use all the time, a word there, 60 seconds, and that will be a minute of your time. Sadly, this video isn't for 1 minute, it's a bit longer than that. So minute and then spelt exactly the same way, but pronounced differently, minute. Minute, and that is saying that something is very, very tiny. P-R-O-D-U-C-E. Something that you produce, you could make something, you can produce a film. To create or make, that would be produce. And if you say it this way, produce, that means fresh fruits or vegetables. W-I-N-D, the wind that we love to be, a part of. Well, I love the wind. It's the name of one of my books, The Whispering Wind. A part of nature, a cycle of air that moves in nature, that would be wind. And if you say it a different way, wind, to turn something in a circular motion, winding up something, winding up a clock. And W-O-U-N-D would be the past tense of wind. He wound up the clock. And if you say it another way, it can be a wound, a place where a person has had an injury. A-U-G-U-S-T, the month which signifies for many people the remnants of the monsoon, hot weather. That would be the particular month of the year, August. If you said this in a different way and you wanted to talk about something that was respected and impressive, you would say an august personality. August. That would be the difference there. Hope this has been helpful for you. I will be coming back with different topics so we can sort of, untangle the confusion behind the English language. Nothing is difficult if you put your mind and your heart and your soul to it. Keep watching the channel, keep subscribing, keep liking the videos if you find them helpful, and do give me your feedback and tell me what you'd like to hear about and what we should talk about in our next program. Until then, bye-bye, stay blessed.